Hi everyone. I don't know if you guys have been following this Elenin thing, object, comet, planet, whatever you want to call it, but I got into it, I don't know, back in May, and I've been following it a little bit, and lately I found this timeline. It sort of gives you a rundown on where it's been and where it's going to go, starting way back from 2004 all the way through, well, it looks like 2015. So this seems to be very well researched. Obviously, we don't need to know too much about what's happened before, I'd say, before now, but there's some interesting coincidences. For example, on February 11th, Elenin, Earth and Jupiter alignment triggered a 6.6 magnitude earthquake offshore Malay, Chile. On February 22nd, it triggered a deadly M7.1 earthquake in New Zealand. I think that was the Christchurch earthquake. March 9th through 10th, it triggered the Yingjiang, Yunnan, China earthquake. One day before this alignment, millions of dead fish swamped the harbor area of Redondo Beach, California. And then, of course, we know what happened on March 11th. There was the alignment between Elenin, Earth, and the Sun, and it triggered the superquake in Japan, followed by the tsunami that contributed to the destruction of the Fukushima reactors. So there are these coincidences here, if you want to call them coincidence. Some people may say that this is a real thing. I don't know, because I'm still doing my research. What's it say is going to happen in the future? Well, right now, it's the 16th. So there's going to be a perfect alignment between Elenin, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter apparently tomorrow. And this is something you might want to keep an eye out for. Maybe something might happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Who knows? Again, on June 25th, it enters the orbit of Mars. Let's see. July 5th, there's another perfect alignment between Elenin, Mercury, and the Sun. Let's see. Let's go back. This time, it doesn't look like what's going on should affect us here because we're not aligned with it. But this guy says that we should keep an eye on Mercury, so who knows? And between July 18th and August 1st, this guy talks about another alignment might produce large solar flares. And August 15th, this guy's saying there might be a 6.0 or higher magnitude earthquake. On August 18th, closest approach of Comet Honda within 0.0766 AU. That's going to be very close to us. I don't know how Elenin would affect that, but that's definitely something to think about. Let's go down to September. The transit of Elenin. Elenin will pass between the Earth and the Sun for 3 days. This could be the 3 days of darkness mentioned in the Bible. I'm going to post this link in the notes so you guys can go through it all and check it. let's see. What else have I found out about Elenin? This guy, Michael Sala, speculates that the TV show The Event is actually a form of predictive programming. And if you guys don't know what predictive programming is, it's a way for Hollywood, or it's a medium by which other organizations like the Illuminati, if you believe in the Illuminati. Anyway, it's a medium by which they sort of tell us what's going on. This article is interesting because The Event is a fictional NBC television show featuring a black U.S. president grappling with national security problem of whether or not to tell the U.S. public about the existence of extraterrestrial life. Comet Elenin is a long body of the OORT cloud that is approaching the inner solar system and has been associated with major earthquake activity on Earth, which I talked about in the other link. So what's the relationship? Some say that in this TV show, Elenin could be a planet that apparently is shown on The Event. Here we see an image. An image that's supposedly the homeworld of the aliens in the TV show, and there's the moon, I guess, and here's what apparently the media are saying, or this TV show is saying, is Elenin. It's kind of weird. Again, I'll post the link to this article if you want to check it out. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Then there's this video I found that seems to back up this idea that The Event might be a homeworld, but also some sort of alien spacecraft at the same time. I don't know how that works, but I'm just sort of bringing this out here. It says, Comet Elenin, a closer look at the image. In it, this person shows you a real close-up image of this is supposed to be Elenin. It certainly does not look like a comet that you would normally think. It looks very rectangular, very geometric. I shouldn't say rectangular, but geometric. It's obviously not a round object that we would associate with some sort of comet, as comets are really just balls of ice that shoot through the galaxy. So I'm not going to play the video, but I'll link it in my notes so you can check it out for yourselves. Let's see, we already discussed the timeline. Here's another example of predictive programming. I don't know if you guys ever saw Deep Impact. It was a movie that was created like back in 1998, I think 1997. Anyway, a teenage astronomy club member, Leo Biederman, alerts an astronomer, Dr. Wolf, to his sighting of an unusual comet. Some people think that because the government labeled the comet itself Ellie, get it? Ellie, extinction level event, but also Elenin. Some people think there's a connection there. I don't know if it's true. Could be, might not be. The bottom line with all this stuff is, if there is something going on, we're likely not to be told about it by our government, just because what the hell are they going to do with some big old, comet or planet, like some people think Elenin really is going to going to affect us. The only thing we can really do is prepare for such an eventuality. So, you want to get things like extra water, you want to get canned foods. You don't want to go crazy. I think that's the most important thing. Don't go crazy, because those are the people who are going to really have a big problem if they just freak out and start running around like chickens with their heads cut off. I don't know if this is going to happen, but that old saying, "Better safe than sorry," is pretty good advice. I'm prepping, I'm getting survival goods, and just trying to make myself ready for when something might happen. Yeah, that's kind of all I had to say right now. I'll post all these links in here for you to check them out yourself, and if you guys have any opinions you want to share with me, I'd really like to hear them. Thanks.